Hi, I'm Adrian Alvarado. I'm an actor from the New York City area. I've had the good fortune to work professionally for 15 years on shows like Person of Interest, General Hospital, and Law and Order. My acting career has always been a passion that still drives me, but what makes it even better is when I can participate in projects that are close and personal to my heart. My Christian faith is paramount in my life, and my dreams of producing faith-based TV shows and films are becoming a reality. Together with Fellowship Films, we're developing projects that we hope will inspire, reach, and help explore our walk in faith. Our first project is called Choices, a story of three young individuals whose path and faith hit a crossroads and their lives changed forever. Choices will run about 15 minutes, and we are using it as a launching pad for Fellowship Films. We're proud of this premiere effort that has many seasoned professionals and people willing to do whatever it takes to get it done. Hi, welcome to Choices, the pilot. Again, I'm Adrian Alvarado, and I'm sitting here with three people who had a very integral part in the making of the film that you're about to watch, and we're going to show you in a couple of minutes. We thought we would share with you some insight into the process of the film and how we all got together, and then we'll present Choices to you and come back to discuss the main issues right after the film. But first, to my right is Frank Boris, who is the president and founder of Fellowship Films and the director and writer of Choices. Also, we have Stephanie Jurgens, who is our protagonist. And of course, we have our antagonist, Mr. Byron Clohessy. Well, first, let me start with you, Frank. Tell us about Fellowship Films.
Well, I mean, it comes from my background. I was a broadcast journalist to start. And unfortunately, I saw a lot of things that happened that were the repercussion of bad choices. And so that has always impressed me. I was also a producer for public television, so I saw what good television could be. I saw some high production values, some good storylines. And as my walk with Christ deepened, I wanted to do something in that area to express the New Testament to a growing community. What I noticed, however, was that scripts that were done for Christian films and stories lacked in one area or another. Either the script was, hit someone over the head with it, or it was low production values. And I thought that we had something to offer. So I started going around to conferences like the National Religious Broadcasters Conferences in Nashville, Tennessee. And I also went to some film festivals, like a Christian film festival that was in San Antonio. And the first thing I noticed was that many of the storylines were really not relative to my experience.
Explain
well, I'm from the Northeast. We're 60 miles out of New York. The demographic and geographic was not what I saw in these films that really related more to the Bible Belt, so to speak. And there was nothing that was reaching to our community. And so one of the things I wanted to do was create programs that had folks like you and I, we're both Puerto Rican, we're both from the Northeast. Also, all my neighbors are Jamaican, African American, white, a variety of folks. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make films that were relatable to us and could hit this market, and also films that were not so obvious.
So how did, Choices, how did you get together Choices? How did that come about?
So when I realized I wanted to do this type of programming, I realized I needed the talent. So I went to my church, which is a very large church for a Northeast church, Kingdom Life Christian Church in Milford, and we started a Filmmakers Academy. And so out of that came some of the technical staff. And then you and I met, and I said, hey, since you have a background in acting and in television, let's write a script that is relatable. And I think that's what we did, right? We wrote a script that we thought.
Yeah, we started sharing ideas and we started brainstorming about just finding stories. It really started with stories, you know, and I think that's what scripts all have a beginning in. And now let's talk about Stephanie Jurgens. How did you find Choices?
Well, I auditioned with you, and then the project kind of rolled along. You handed me the script, I read through it. I found it to be a fairly positive message, but not one that necessarily hit you over the head, which was great. I really related to my character Annie. I felt I had watched some of my friends kind of go through similar things that she did, and I felt really excited to be a part of this project and work with that character.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we have Byron Clohessy. Now, Byron, when you joined the project and you read into Choices, and what were your thoughts about the script?
That I was born to play the antagonist. No, I read it. It was, you know, just very interesting because of it's such a short amount of time. So much develops in the protagonist's life, and so it was a pleasure to come in and sit across basically a table as we're doing now and break this woman's heart.
Oh, wow, you're giving it away.
Oh no!
Well, they don't know if you did or not.
It was a very cool script, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to be watching it in its entirety with you for the first time. We'll talk about the storylines immediately afterwards, and we'll see you in 17 minutes.
I was like, I'm black, white, Indian, and it was like, yo, you're a mutt. It was just all right. Bye. No, Benny, man, yo.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, nothing, man. Yo, good looks.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate you taking the blame for me, though.
Yeah, man, that teacher wasn't right anyway.
Anyways, there's a party over the hill. You want to run through?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, man. Look, all you got to do is go by the North End shop, pick up a few supplies, and we'll be good.
Wait, you trying to steal something from the store?
Yeah, look. Just a few things will be in and out real quick. It's no big deal. All right, man?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Jenny, Since when does it matter how they pay as long as our fees are covered?
John, it's just that it's 1,000 in large bills. How do we know where the money comes from?
That's none of our business. We know they're not choir boys. As long as they get the money to pay the best defense attorney in town, where does it matter where the money comes from?
Yeah, but why can't we have a better clientele?
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but criminals are criminals. Until we get Greenwich and Beverly Hills a calling, we gotta work with the Medinas and the Williamses.
As well as the Gambinos and the Sanchezes, and of course your infamous clients, the Jackson clan.
I'm gonna go meet one right now. At least they're predictable, Jeannie. As long as they keep doing the crimes, they'll need me to keep them from doing the time.
Hey.
Hi.
So what is it?
Just out with it then, I guess. I'm pregnant.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You sure it's mine?
How are you gonna ask me that? I mean, what are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, I don't know what you do 24/7. What do you expect from me?
I don't know. Be supportive. Take responsibility. Tell me we're gonna be okay.
Listen, I have a life, okay? This was not supposed to happen.
Do you think I wanted it to?
I'll take responsibility when I know the baby is mine. And if the baby is mine, I'll get you the money so you can fix this.
That's what you have to say.
What else is there to say?
I don't know.
Run this by me again. How are we gonna do this when we get there?
All right, look, all we doing is when we get there, we're gonna
Forget about it. Let's just go.
all right, like I was saying, what we're gonna do is when we get there, we're gonna get what we gotta get out the store and just dub out. We good, all right?
Yeah, all right. That sounds easy.
Yeah, it's simple.
Yeah, we can do that. Cool. Hey, old Uncle Jay, you down here?
Yeah, Benny, come on down.
Cool, come on. I got your text. You want to see me?
Yeah, with your mom working and the weekend coming, she wanted me to see if you needed a ride anywhere. Like where you headed? Like the youth group?
Oh, nah, I'm just hanging with my boy.
Your boy, huh?
Yeah. Look, I don't need a ride. My boy is taking me to a party.
When the blind lead the blind, they'll both fall into a pit.
Matthew 15s, I know.
Yeah. Knowing comes a heavy responsibility.
Look, I'm responsible for me.
What about your mom?
Are you serious? Like I said,
Hey! Your mom? My sister.
I'm responsible for me. Nobody else.
Yeah, I heard it all before, but I had to learn the hard way. I prefer if you learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, whatever.
You right?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
Counselor, what brings you to the hood? Aren't you missing some polo match or something?
That's a good one, bro. Well, you know why I'm here. So, isn't this the same area where you got busted last month? I see you making your mama proud. Jesus. You just don't get it, do you?
Don't you worry about my mama. Worry about getting my charges dropped.
Well, you know what that takes.
I'll take care of that, yo. It's a fine line, Counselor.
Take it easy now.
Yes, you too.
All right. Hey, Annie.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, you need to talk to me. I mean, you're like about a week late.
God, you're right. I'm sorry, Nick. I've just had a lot on my mind. I think I have my checkbook in here.
Hey, can I help you?
Nah, I'm good. I'm shopping.
Hey, look, Annie. You know, I understand how things can be. You know, take your time, okay? We'll talk next week or something. Grab whatever you need, and we'll talk. All right?
Thanks, Nick.
Can you get a pack of menthol 100s? And where's your water?
It's back there. Hey, you guys, you set or what?
Mr. Owner got me fired up already, especially the way he eyed me when we walked in.
Look, we got what we came for. Let's go.
Hold it. What do you got in there? Show me.
You know what? No, I'm mad. Get behind the register and give me all the money. Get behind the register and empty it.
Yo, what are you doing? Put the gun down.
See, now empty out the register, because now I'm pissed off. Whoa, you mean that, Benny?
Nah, man, I ain't with you.
Benny, come on, I'm out.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. God, please let this man live. Hey, stay with me. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Stay with me. Oh, God, please, let him live. I promise I will make the right choices. Amen.
We interrupt your program for this bulletin. The verdict is in on the controversial Benny Davis bodega shooting. We're outside the courthouse awaiting a central figure in this drama, Attorney John Santos. The case was over just about 15 minutes.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
Attorney Santos. Attorney Santos, can you comment on the outcome of the case?
I'm glad it's over. The young men responsible got the sentences they deserve.
This was truly a historic case, a first in the annals of state court history. Never before has a victim represented a defendant. In fact, the jurors say that's a big reason why your client, Benny Davis, receives such a lenient sentence.
Well, this is all new to me, too. I learned a lot about people and righteous judgment in this process. I'm thankful to my client, Benny Davis, for having the courage to stay and save my life. He's out now after time served for his shoplifting and his association with the shooter.
I think you should really read it. I'm gonna leave this with you.
Thanks, man.
I'm sorry, man.
You don't gotta be sorry. Not really anything you can do about it. It's my fault anyway.
I'm also grateful to Annie Sherman, who decided to testify on behalf of my client, surviving the ordeal during her pregnancy.
So there you have it. Attorney John Santos hits a forgiving note, recognizing our human frailties as well as our potential.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful, at least, that those who watch this, it'll make them think at the very least. And that the message of Christ, of love and forgiveness, is what comes through.
It's almost like a timeless topic. Like it's ageless.
What'd you think of Annie and her decision?
It's a lot to think about because, you know, she's a young girl. She knows she's going to be alone in whether or not she's going to make this decision. You see that she has money problems. So it does kind of come down to a more what's right for her morally versus what might be right for her to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, she would probably have been more comfortable financially not going through with the pregnancy.
What'd you think of John?
John was all ego in the beginning, and you really saw his process when he faced his mortality. And his choices got him to that position because of his mentality. But I just, I see him as a, I don't know, it's just, he was,
He was a little cynical at the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
he's very cynical. Very. That's what I meant by ego. You know, all these characters start out, you know, full of ego in the beginning and very cynical, and then became very practical in the end and humbled. People he was trying to make money on stood there to save his life. So.
There is a lot of potential for more films like this. I think that the final product was one I felt good about in terms of production values. I believe that when people see this film, hopefully, at the very least, it'll make them think. It might even make them think about the words of Jesus Christ and what he said. Because if you really look into it, it's not a polarizing message like we're getting today in the media, that you either have to be for or against, or we're so far apart. Jesus wasn't about that. He was about being loving, forgiving, accepting, and that's what drew me to his message. And I'm hoping that people will take the time to look into the words and the messages of the New Testament, because I think they're really cool and very today. And I think our society is moving very far away from it. It's almost like Hollywood is suggesting that it's a bad thing and you should stay away from it. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to the words of Jesus Christ.
So do you see this as like a mini-series, or what do you see this turning into?
It's a proof of concept, first of all, to prove that we have the skills to put together a production that is of high quality and a script that gets to the target without being heavy-handed. So I think we've been able to prove that. And secondly, this particular series or pilot, I see as a 13-part series of a community where we have the same people in the community, mayors and police and teachers and mothers and fathers and children, all part of a community that is constantly making choices that can either improve the stakes of the community or hurt it. And so every day we make choices. So I would like to see a 13-part series called Choices, this being the pilot, of a community of people who face very important decisions on a daily basis. And those decisions can have an impact on their lives for the rest of their lives. So it's very dramatic. So that's what I think. But thank you, that's a good question. So John, you as your character, how did John come out of this? And Adrian, how did you come out of this?
Well, John hopefully will come out and he'll be a more humbled attorney, and maybe perhaps change his ways and become a defender as opposed to a prayer of the people, and he can contribute in that way. And Adrian got just grateful to be a part of it, humbled to have it come to fruition based on our conversation, and it's just been great to see Choices come together, And we just want to thank everyone. Thank you out there for joining us and being a part of our project, Choices the Pilot, and we look forward and hopefully you enjoyed it.